right, we're back. Let's do some calls. The first one's Needham. They upgraded Gilead today to a buy. 133 is the price target. They like a positive survey that they got for one of their drugs. 70% of Gilead's revenue comes from the HIV franchise, so it was related to that. Rob Sechin owns that name, and you bought more.
Correct. It's up a good bit year to date, up like 28%. Still trades cheap. Very high quality company with a reasonable valuation. I think that change is just further success in that platform in which they're starting to dominate. And so this is a great way to get quality exposure at a reasonable price.
Okay. Let's talk about Chipotle. It's been a brutal week. We know that. Coming off the worst day in like 8 years. It was reiterated by today at Truist. That's after the earnings. The same-store sales miss is what totally upset the market. They think that it creates a strong buying opportunity. Now, Stephanie Link didn't buy more, so maybe you disagree.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about it, to be honest with you. It really wasn't a good quarter. There was really very little that I could say was positive. The only thing I can say is that they said June saw positive comps versus the quarter, which had negative comps, and that your two-year stack is running 7 to 8% on comps. So you have to kind of smooth it out. They have easy comps going forward. That should help, and new products. But this is going to take some time. So I have to figure out if I want to be that patient, because I think it's going to take more than just 2 quarters to see this stock reverse.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And I mean this with no disrespect whatsoever to the current CEO at all. How much of the prior performance was due to Brian Niccol? How much of what we're witnessing now has nothing to do with anything other than he left at a good time to leave, and maybe the fundamentals were rolling a little bit on some of what this company had going on?
It's entirely possible, but he hasn't, really done much with Starbucks. This is Brian Niccol. I mean, not yet.
Well, that's a lift in its own right.
That's a big lift.
But
yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Chipotle was a lift when he got there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the chart, and I don't really look at charts all that often, but if you look at the chart, it was rolling over just before Brian Niccol actually left. So, yeah, trends were softening. But I do think that this company is best in class in terms of products, and that's what they do well. And Boatwright is very, very good at kind of the systems and digital and the operational part of things, because he was the COO. So I think it's a transition. There's no question. I think there's a soft macro. Consumer was really mixed in April and May.
Competition? There's more competition, isn't there? Like things like, I don't know, Shaq and Kava and whatever else.
There is more competition, but I think they can handle it, and I can think that they hold their own with regards to products. I really do think a big part of it was the macro. Think about what was going on in April and May of this year on the consumer front. We had terrible consumer sentiment numbers and confidence numbers. Everyone was freaked out over tariffs. So, they've got, as I say, easy comparison second half of the year, and then you have this whole new product story. So, it's down a lot. It's down a lot. I don't want to sell it down here.
Okay.
But I'm not sure I'm going to be buying more.
All right, Jason Stipe, quickly on Procter, which got downgraded to neutral from JPM. I thought the commentary on this note was specifically really negative. Yep. We expect another lackluster quarter and normalization of category growth. Lower income consumers in developed markets are more cautious, and PG is more dependent on DM than EM. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's an interesting call. I mean, guess what? I mean, 1% revenue growth and 2% earnings growth is not exactly lighting anybody's hair on fire. It is a multinational. The dollar is weakening, so I think that could be a plus. 2.7% yield, I think, is positive as well. 7 out of 10 of their categories are improving organically. So I still continue to hold this one. We'll see how the quarter comes in and the quarter's pros.
Okay.